What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Chilling with the Jays. We're two guys, essays in all days. We are two guys who talk about things that are on our minds because that's what it is. You're chilling with the Jays. I am Juan, one of your co-hosts, a.k.a. the Chatter McFresh, as I always say, the fucking hero, the hillside hero himself, coming from the hillside, letting people know from the top of the mountain what the fuck's popping off in heaven. Also, I am joined by my illustrious host, the coolest times the coolest dude I know, Jay.
And I'm here.
You're here.
J Unit coming at you live. Or, recording live at the moment. Going to be launching in a couple days. True. And I'm your mother's best friend. Your girl's best friend. You already know. I'm pretty sure you know me by now. Better than your girl. We're back with another one.
You know me better than you know your girl.
Episode.
It's true.
This is a topic that I really like. Definitely.
Yeah.
This is I want to get cut right to the chase on this one because I've been thinking about it for a while. Not even just before I even brought the topic up to have it discuss it on the podcast with the big guy Gomez over here. I think about this on like a daily basis for the last couple of weeks. But before we start, I want to get in, give a shout out to Jared, DJ Turbulence as well.
A big strong shout out.
Big strong shout out. Me and him been going back and forth on this app. I wanted to promote it as well. I'm not getting paid for this. This is just something I like to use. I've used it for a couple of days now.
Nice.
It's Anchor. There's an app called Anchor. It's an app basically. Imagine Snapchat for podcasts.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like literally you do like a little bit of snippets. You say whatever you want to say. It comes in crisp. It already has a feature built in to add a little bit of background music. So you can feel like you're doing something and the sound quality comes out real crisp.
Yeah.
No editing required. You just put a description, boom, on the fly, and everybody, you can listen, whatever you want to do, whatever they do.
Yep.
But I definitely encourage you to use that app. I like it. I definitely like it. So shout out to Jared for putting us on to that one.
Yes, sir.
For damn sure.
Yes, sir.
Big one. So check us out on there as well. Chilling with the Jays.
Chilling.
Exclusively on Anchor.
Exclusively.
Sometimes.
My
shit always works sometimes.
It's exclusive, but with stipulations that it might not be.
Man. I might forget to use it, but we're on. You know what I'm saying? But
you're a beast,
let's get right into it, bro.
Let's get it. Let's talk about things.
Insert it like this, that right there. Let's get up in that. As we get older, me and Juan are not old dudes, we're not young, stupid ass motherfuckers.
That's
at the
true.
same time, we had that chance to where as a point in life where it's okay for you to fuck up. Like people expect for you to fuck up. It's like it's a part of life. It's kind of like a little kid. They're gonna do dumb shit.
Yep.
There's a point in life where up until what would you say, man? Like up until.
Dude, even
25?
like 25, even 26. I done some like young dumb shit by 26. Late bloomer, I guess. But yeah, like 25, I would say. Let's say 25.
Me too. Definitely. It's just like far as society goes, where you're kind of looked at as like a kind of a kid, but at the same time you're a grown person.
Young adult.
But you're at like an age, you're a young adult where you're still expected to fuck up.
Yep.
But I would say anywhere between like the mid 20s where it's like, okay, society's like, you know what? Enough's enough. Stop fucking up now. You know what I mean? You had a career of fucking up. We're gonna go ahead and graduate from the fucking up. So to do what you gotta do. AKA shout out to Full Sail.
Yes.
And
yes, I guess.
Yes, I drove past that building the other day. I was like, Juan Carlos on that one.
I'd rather give a shout out to you driving by it.
Yeah, no, man. I know why too.
Yep.
I know why.
Yep.
I know why. And I could tell you from the tuition cost, they're not doing too much. It looks nicer, but it ain't looking as nice as the price.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Yeah, I hear that.
You know what I mean? It's like how those Wendy's is trying to upgrade their buildings,
bro.
But it's like they're still Wendy's. You feel me?
Yeah. At the end of the day, still that square ass patty.
Exactly, square ass patty, fake rat burger meat, booty cheeks, human remains. whatever you want to put up in there, they
Yeah,
got it. You
for
know
a
what I mean?
second there, bro, I thought you was about to break out into like a fucking spitting right there. Just start rhyming on them real quick.
I was about to. I was thinking they don't want that heat.
They don't want that heat.
Nah, man, I don't want to ruin nobody's career, bro.
Hell nah, bro. The Fuego Party's got to
relax. New album called 555. But what?
Yo, fucking guy, yo.
Well, when we come, basically the whole gist of the topic here is basically when you get a certain point in life, you can look back and be like, man, I really wish, and this is something everybody says, I really wish I knew what I know right now, and I could just teleport back in time, hit up Doc Brown, DeLorean, go back to your younger self, like, yo, stay away from that bitch. You know what I mean? There's nothing but problems are gonna come if you keep talking to this girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So stuff like that. So for me, I'll kick it off with one of my biggest things. One of my biggest turning points in life. One of my biggest defining moments, as they call it.
Yeah.
Was and I probably said this on other podcasts, but whatever. Okay, Joe Rogan does it. The biggest defining moment was, number one, I would say, is I wish I paid more attention in school. I really wish I took
deep cuts,
especially like high school and when I went to college, with a little serious. You know what I'm saying? I actually researched what I wanted to do, because in my mind and the way I was brought up, nobody. Of course, I was looked after, but nobody really pressed it into my head how important college was going to be.
Yeah.
You know, as far as getting an education goes, you know what I'm saying? Like, they were just, in my family, it was, and I said this before, it was get a full-time job. You know what I'm saying? Get a full-time job. No matter what it is, you're going to be just fine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure at some point in life, it would have been fine. As far as you can afford your whole life, which is with that full-time job, as much as I have expressed as knowledge on the internet, you know, at a time in life where full-time jobs that's all you needed.
Yeah.
College was optional, not a necessity like it is now. And that's what I really wish, man. I really wish I paid close attention, because I had zero guidance when it came to going to college. Literally none.
Yeah.
No, from no angle. Not my wannabe father, not my mother, who, you know, shout out to moms, but she didn't even press that on me.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't even really get on my ass about homework in high school. You know what I mean? So let alone college. And that's my biggest early on regret, bro.
Yeah.
How about you?
Dude, you know what? I'm really happy you started off with the school, man. Like, you know, hindsight is 2020, and looking back, there are definitely times, you know, it's kind of funny. I think I talked to you about this while we were playing games one time, where I was like, I wish, as far as school went, I wish I tried more in math. And I say that because I say that now. It's funny because I've definitely confronted that moment in time where, you know how everybody says, when am I going to need to use this ever? You know, there's always that question that you ask in school. Why?
Especially with math.
Especially with math, especially when you're a piece of shit in high school. Like,
especially protractor up your ass. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, with the work that I do and the things that I have to deal with, like, there's a lot of times where it's like, man, if I paid a little more attention in math, I could solve this situation right now, and we can get, like, you know, either an accurate camera or an accurate solve, whatever it is that is needed that math would have helped for. But in the grand scheme of things, moving away from just the subject of math, college, man, you know, I ended up going to college, you know, but the thing is this, I ended up going to mad colleges. Like,
man.
You know what I mean? Like, there was definitely a moment in time that I wish if I could go back in time, I'd be like, yo, number one, actually, what I really would have done would have been like, yo, you ain't ready for college now. When I got into CCSU, bro, I wasn't prepared for that shit. Bro, we was coming out of East Granby, small ass fucking high. You know what I mean?
Wasn't even exposed to the world yet. Even like seeing, you know, what's like out there. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, motherfucker, we was living on the side of a mountain, like on some real shit. Yeah. On the side of a mountain. And now here I am amidst mad people, mad cool people, mad different cultures. It was just like, this is what's popping off, bro. You know, I got, you know, there's a bunch of people that reminded me of my cousins. So part of it felt like I was back with the family, you know, in a sense, not completely. Obviously, family's family and all that. But yeah, man, I just started going, wow, like, this is dope. Like, let's go party. Let's do this. Let's do that. You know, I used to be so bad, and even to this day, I get nightmares. And I used to be so bad that I wouldn't even show up for midterms, bro. I wouldn't even show up for finals. Like, for real, like, straight up college. And I had a dope opportunity that I fucked up. When I went into CCSU, I went into the honors program. You know,
I remember that.
Yeah, shout out to Pa for helping hook that one up. But, like, I mean, half the tuition was paid for, bro, by, like, the state. Half the fucking tuition was paid for. And then on top of that, my parents were helping. Bruh, when I say that's one of my biggest regrets, that's one of my biggest regrets, bro. Because now I'm suffering from having to pay student loans from fucking negative shout out to Full Sail, since we brought that up. I'm having to pay fucking student loans like everyone else who comes out of that school for that.
Mad shit. Of it too.
Mad money too. And it's just
mad
like,
of
damn,
it too.
yo, like,
very well known in that, for so many people I've talked to went to Full Sail.
Hell yeah, bro. So
man, they're fucking pissed the hell off. That's all I can say.
Hell yeah. And you know what? And I ain't strike once. I struck twice, bro. Because then I went to Manchester Community, and I got a whole bunch of associate's degrees that don't mean shit to what I do now. Like, literally all across the board. AKA, my first 2 universities was just a waste of money. Like, and you know, when you waste money in college, you're wasting mad money in college. So, yeah, man, I wish I could go back and just tell my young ass, dumb ass, still big ass self, bruh, you ain't ready for this. So don't do this. Just, you know, you're gonna have to deal with your mom, because, you know, the difference with, you know, with my mom was that she was up my ass to go to college. When I left CCSU, her ass cried. She was like in tears. She was like, how could this be? And I was just like, Ma, I don't want to do this. I'm gonna work. Like,
I'm trying to jerk off.
I'm trying to beat the meat, and you're here fucking interrupting the NECA movie. That's, you know, even at 56K was still smooth somehow, because, you know, NECA movies.
Some ways, somehow.
You know how these NECA movies are. All, you know, the bandwidth is real. But
always.
Like, but yeah, man, school. So definitely going down the school route. Hindsight 2020. I wish I would have made a better decision when I went into my first 2 universities, or at the very least held back before hitting Full Sail, because then I could have hit Full Sail without having to pay debt. All right. What's next on what's another hindsight 2020 for the J?
For the J. Be honest, I have some college shit that you probably don't know about either.
I don't.
But before that, post, I wish I cared about school pretty much more, which is, you know, I really do. I really did, man. I really wish I didn't get involved with my first relationship, man. I really did. I know it's a double-edged sword in that regard, is because, number one, it taught me that people can be some nasty motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely helped me grow in that particular area, because I was like you said, man, we come from a small ass area. We weren't really exposed to the world, you know what I'm saying? And different kind of people. We went, you know, our fucking high school had 300 people in it.
Yeah.
You know,
the whole high school.
You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like a diverse high school. You know, me, Mike, Chew, the Grays,
yup,
Darren. That was it. Those are the only like minority families in the town.
Yep.
And it was we weren't exposed to shit. So like but in that particular relationship, I really wish I didn't go that hard, because it put me on a path where I didn't trust nobody, especially women. Especially if you weren't my mother, don't even say nothing to me.
Yeah.
Fuck out of my face. I really don't give a fuck. And I wouldn't even trust a woman to buy me a pack of gum. You know? I'm giving you the money, and I'm telling you what store to get it from, what time, and, you know, what kind, and I'll pay you, and I still won't trust her. You know what I mean? Like, that's how bad it got with women. And you know, long story short, as everybody knows probably from listening to the previous episodes, but if you didn't, I come home and she cleared all my shit out. All my stuff was out, including my dog. And that was a very defining moment where I stopped and said, you know what, man, I'm gonna start being a ruthless motherfucker. You know what I mean? Where you're taught that, you know, treat women right, don't hit women coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know, but what if a woman deserves to get treated badly? You feel me? We all can't be the knight in shining armor, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? We all can't be that guy every single fucking time for the mere fact that they're just a woman. I'm supposed to treat them good just because they got a vagina, you know? And that's the mentality it gave me. And I really wish that didn't happen. At the same time, it was good to learn those things. But I really wish it didn't happen. Yeah. Because look now, I ain't with her.
Yep.
So what was all that shit for? You feel me? I don't give a fuck about, I was learning. And my mother's always like, it was a learning experience, Jay. I'm like, fuck that. You know what I mean? If I want to learn some shit, I'll look up on Google. You know what I mean? Watch a YouTube video or some shit. I ain't trying to go through all that shit with some girl taking all my shit, emptying my house out, and for the most dumbest reason, because she wanted to move and I didn't want to move.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of my face with that shit, man. Just to end up not even with her. So that was like pre-adulthood. I was still a kid. I was like 19, 20 years old when I went down. So
yeah.
And I really wish that didn't happen, bro.
Word, I feel that, man. I feel that.
I really wish it didn't, man. I really, because she was a fucking very bad person, man. Later on years, I found, some worse things she did while we were together. Oh, that's a story for another time, but it wasn't good, man.
Yeah, that don't sound like it was good, bro. I remember when you went through that shit. That shit was wild, bro.
Yeah. It's not cool, man.
Yeah, bro.
Not cool at all, man. And another regret in that same situation, when she did bounce shortly after, I don't know if you remember as well, I moved back to Connecticut.
Yeah, I remember that.
For a really stupid, soft ass reason. You know what I mean? Pillsbury Doughboy type of shit. That's how soft it was. And I was like, I don't know if I can live here without her.
Yeah.
So what I know now, going back then, if I could tell myself, hey man, just stay down here. There's too many women and there ain't nothing back in Connecticut.
Yeah.
See if Juan wants to get a place. Because you were living here at the time.
Yeah,
you were living with your parents out there, and I was living over here in Maitland area. Yeah. And I should have been like, yo, Juan, let's just get a place, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And the crazy part,
at the time you were like 23, 24, and I was 20, 21, coming up on 21.
Hell yeah. And the thing was like that would have been a thing too, because I was like working at FedEx and shit.
That would have been like a perfect scenario right there.
Fucking FedEx. Yeah, man. But fuck, dude. And that's what it is, yo. Hindsight 2020 on relationships is a wild thing, bro. Like the
everybody has one too.
Everybody has one. And it sucks. It's like no one wants that learning, that lesson to learn, but everybody gets it. There's always, like, you can't go through this life, especially for them young cats listening. Like, you always are gonna learn something the hard way. There's just no way around that,
Yeah.
And you grow from that shit. But damn, bro, that was
unless you actually listen to other people, which is most of the time nobody does listen to like these scenarios from older people that they've been through. I'm not gonna follow that path. All they say is it ain't gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
I can tell you that right now. It ain't gonna happen to me. But then it happens to them. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I always thought that type of shit was for somebody else. Me and my girl gonna be together forever. You know what I mean? Fucking whatever. Leave that shit for the Hallmark cards.
But
you know what I'm saying? That shit didn't work out that way, man. But hey, life goes on. Gotta keep going forward. And you gotta keep doing what you gotta do. What are you gonna do? Hide in the closet because some girl broke up with you?
Shit.
So I didn't give a fuck, and she ended up getting fucking karma does exist, because as soon as she broke up with me, she tried to see another dude. I know this because she kept in contact with my mom.
That's weird.
Like, what the fuck are you talking to my mother for? You know what I mean? After you bounced, she told my mother that she got with some dude, and the dude just fucking stole all her money, beat her ass up. She gained like 50 pounds,
Jesus Christ. Damn.
Yeah, man. So like life just, and she ended up getting getting evicted and had to move back to Connecticut herself, and then she couldn't handle Blade. So she reached out to me to give Blade back to me, which was my dog at the time. And so karma got her fucking ass on that one. That's what I can say.
Yeah,
I came out on top
at
the end.
Out there, bro. What comes around,
it didn't happen to me.
What goes around comes around. That's how it is.
Definitely.
Yeah, man.
Definitely, man. So what about you, bro? You got any other defining moments?
Yeah, man. You know what? It's not so much a defining moment, more so the hindsight 2020 vision. There's definitely a point, especially living out here now. I kind of wish I kept more in touch with my family, like with my cousins. I got like 152 cousins that I kind of wish I could chill with all of them, actually. And I got a ton of nieces and nephews, man. And obviously a lot of the defining relationship with them was just kind of because I'm when it comes to my siblings, I am the youngest one. My youngest sister after me, so to speak, she's like 44, 45, one of those two. My brother's 47, and then I have a sister who's like damn near 50, and I'm 34 right now. Fucking age. And so growing up with my nieces and nephews, I was only like 3, 4 years apart. You know what I mean? So that kind of develops an interesting relationship where it's kind of like, yeah, I am the uncle, but at the same time, I'm like the cousin. You know, I'm playing around with them like we're cousins and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
But after we all parted ways and stuff, I never really got back to chilling out with my nephews and nieces and all that. You know, from time to time I hit them up on Facebook, and all that stuff. But in reality, though, I really wish that I could have established a stronger bond with my nieces and nephews because I fucking love the hell out of them. I'm also
Makes sense.
on some crazy shit, bro. I'm also a godfather, like a legit
Yeah, me
godfather,
too.
and like I haven't really seen my godson like at all. You know, I only see him from time to time when I go back to Florida. So there's like a lot of stuff that with family I wish I did differently. You know, and I love my parents to death. Shout out to them, but they were the type of parents that like to like get away from everything. Like they were that family member, like the one that would kind of like linger in the back, whether it was because they were super busy doing whatever it was that they were doing, or if they just didn't want to be bothered, stuff like that. And because of that, I got obviously as their child, I got taken along for the ride. So a lot of times I never got to spend as much time with my family as I would have liked to. And obviously when we go back, the love is still there. I love everybody, and they all love me. So that's dope. But I wish I had a bigger connection with them so that there would be more of a bond at this point in time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Instead of being like that distant big ass cousin, just somebody who was there. Because I always see them like getting together. I always see the cousins getting like involved with each other. Like they always know what the other person's doing. But when it comes to me, they're like, but I see that on Facebook you doing this. And that's all they see me through is like the Facebook. Or sometimes, if they do listen to the podcast, whatever I see on here. So there's never really been like, let's hang out and let's just kick it, or, be like, because they would hang out with each other like over the weekend, like mad weekends. Like, yo, I've been chilling out with this cousin for 3 fucking days straight, and I'm probably going to chill with this cousin the day after tomorrow. There wasn't that cousin for me like that. Maybe for Mark. Shout out to Mark. Fucking crazy ass bastard. And, yeah, man. And then closer to my siblings, man. You know how it is. We've had this conversation when it comes to siblings and brothers, and in my case, sisters as well. I guess you have sisters as well too. Like there's like that distance between our actual blood siblings. Like I'm mad more closer to you. Like I consider you like a more in touch sibling and brother. Not to say that there's a lack of love with my siblings. Yup, power right there. Than my actual siblings, because I communicate with you a lot more, and we always try to link up. But yeah, man, I think if I were to tell my younger self something, it would be, yo, really go out of your way and keep up with your family, man, because they're your family, and there's gonna be a point where you're gonna miss the fuck out of them. So yeah,
that's what's up.
That's one of the things, bro.
I feel you, man. I feel like a lot of people have that same.
Right? That's what I think.
Same
too,
situation.
Man. That's what I think too.
It's family, bro, because it's all over the place. Like you can't watch a fucking movie without running into that sooner or later. As far as like the family dynamic on these movies, they're like, it's all about doing something with their family or doing something for their family or doing something for like a wife or husband or something like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
On connection, like we're told to have like a serious connection with our families and people that are close to us and shit like that. But then in reality, like how often do you really see that type of bond among families? You feel me? That it's out there, obviously, but it's definitely not as common as it should be.
Yeah, that's what I think.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Definitely not as common as it should be, because I got a big family too. I got a multicultural family, but all over the place. We got everywhere. Like it's like we're like a corporate company, and there's branches. You know what I'm saying? There's a black branch. There's a Spanish branch.
There's a black.
There's a black branch. Shout out to Bloomfield, Connecticut. That's where all they live at.
Bloomfield, what up?
There's a Spanish branch. Up in New Britain. Now they're all migrating down. For some reason, they're all migrating to Melbourne and Palm Bay.
That's how they do it, though.
And they're all in the same neighborhood too. That's the funny thing.
Oh,
they all
really?
move into like the same. Yeah, like where Uncle Patsy lives. They're like, I have
Uncle
like
Patch.
2 more family members and their families included moving down, and they're all living on the same street.
Damn, bro. Damn. Yeah,
Yep.
that's how they do it though. Because
it is.
I have family that's done that too. It just so happened in the past 3-4 years, for some reason, they've moved to Atlanta. Like a bunch of cousins have moved to Atlanta, and it like they did it like in quick waves. Like, yo, you went, yeah, I'm going. Well, he's going next, like that. And it's crazy.
That's what is going on. That's what's going on too right now. Atlanta's where they make money in Atlanta. A lot of the big corporations in Atlanta are in Atlanta. Like Coke is in there, CNN is out of Atlanta. Mad fucking companies are based out of Atlanta. So I can only imagine what the jobs probably pay up there. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
To move up there. But yeah, family, bro. I wish I was closer to some of my family too, man, because I got sisters as well. I got a younger brother, I have an older brother as well, and I'm not really close with any of those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And that's not my fault, honestly. When you're young, it's up to your parents to keep everybody together.
It's really what it is. It really is.
It really is. So if you have a parent or parents that don't really want to be bothered with the other family that has that has the brother and sisters or other cousins around your same age, you're going to grow up not knowing each other.
Exactly,
and like,
bro.
you just know you are related, but you're not going to have that bond.
Yeah.
And you're going to be like, I don't know that motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? Because perfect example was my cousin Daryl. He's my mother's cousin's son.
Okay.
And we all used to play coming up. But then like when we hit teens, no communication, didn't see each other for like 5 years, 6 years. But by the time we did see each other, we were like out of high school and stuff like that. We tried to chill.
Yeah.
But I didn't notice. It was like chilling with a dude I just met. You feel me? Like I didn't really know. He didn't even know how we were related. Like I had to break it down to him how we were related. And long story short, dude, this goes to show you that sometimes family is not going to be, the best option far as like, say if you, like me and you known each other for 20 something years.
Yep. And
then we're chilling with a family member that we know we're related to, but we're kind of just trying to get to know.
Yeah.
That we went to the club. I was supposed to be there. Let's go down, let's get some girls, bitches, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Stuff like that. He's like, nah, I'm sick, yo. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. I go out anyway. And guess who I see at the club?
Don't
this
tell me.
Motherfucker.
Really? You serious?
This motherfucker waiting in line. You know what I'm saying? But telling me he's sick, like on some bitch type shit.
Are you serious? Oh
yeah,
my
man,
God.
on some bitch type shit. Man, straight up, that's like that behavior girls give you when they don't like you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to break it down to you. They don't know how to be direct about this. Like, hey man, I don't like you. I'm not going anywhere with you. Thank you for the offer.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They can't do that. They kind of give you hope. So there is a chance. You know what I'm saying? So you might like me. Huh?
So yeah.
And so he did that, and I was of course I'm gonna confront him. I'm a confrontation type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And walk up to him and say, "Yo, you're gonna tell me you don't look sick to me, motherfucker?
Yeah.
You're supposed to be my cousin and shit.
That's crazy.
What's your problem?" He was like, my friend. I was like, fuck you. Straight up and down. Don't call me no more. You ain't no fucking kid, family of mine. This is some bitch ass shit that I'm never gonna forgive. And I haven't talked to this dude since.
That's nuts. Did I ever meet Daryl?
Crazy, bro. You might have. Most likely you did, man. You've been around.
Yeah.
You've been around long enough to meet everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
everybody.
You know what I mean? You really have at this point, you know what I'm saying? So probably they're Daryl and David. I don't know if you remember those two names. They were like kind of close in age. They look like caramelly skin. They look kind of like they're Indians from India because they're black and white, but they came out with like a hybrid look.
Oh shit. Nah, you know what? Then no, yep. I don't remember them at all.
If they did come over to the house over there in East Granby, they came around like when we were like little.
Got you. Okay.
12 years old. You know what I mean? You were like 12, 13, and then I was like 8.
Yeah.
9. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, when did you move in?
Nah, fuck
How old are you when you moved into the East Granby house?
8.
8. All right. Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, remember that time I shut your head in the cabinet? You started screaming.
Yeah, I remember that. You used to beat my fucking ass a lot.
But you used to fucking run up walls.
The pavement one time.
For real? Yeah, I don't remember that.
We were out. Yeah, he used to beat the shit out of me sometimes, man, like for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? And
You serious?
remember one time he threw my ass right into the fucking pavement. I got scraped up and shit. And I'm over here looking at Chew, like, Chew, are you gonna make him stop?
Yo, I don't remember that for shit.
Yeah, man. Yo, hit me in the head with the bow, with the kendo stick or whatever the fuck it was. He hit me in the face with that.
Stupid the worst part about
slammed my head in the cabinet.
Yo, and that was like day number 2 of me meeting you. that was like,
man, he thought it was a good idea. I'm gonna fuck with this guy right here. He looks mad tender. You know what I mean? Since you like adobo so much, right in the fucking head. You know what I mean?
Yo, you look like you like some seasoning. Here's a seasoning cabinet door for your ass. Kata.
There you go. Kataku.com.
Yo,
right in the fucking head.
I don't remember that, but the thing is, like, I know how I was back then, and I used to throw my nieces and nephews, well, at least my nephews, into walls. So,
yo,
I was the rough
guy.
That
abusive ass dude.
I was an
you were the dude that like always wanted a rough play. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I was the one.
Yo, I like video games and hurting relatives. That's what I like to do.
Yo, oh my God, yo, and I think to a certain extent that's why another reason why I didn't keep too much in touch with cousins, because they was too scared, yo. They were like, yo, I don't want to play with Wonky.
I think so. They were like, yo, every time I go over there, I get beat up. I ain't going over there. I ain't trying to fight every time I see somebody.
And the best part about it though was that I hit my growth spurt in 11th grade. So I wasn't this big. My ass used to be small doing that shit, punking my cousins and shit.
Yeah. I remember I used to go over there for family when you had mad family over there and shit. Yeah. This dude was beating them up and shit in the basement and just throwing them and fucking
drinking Kool-Aid after.
Yeah, laugh. Think it is funny. Like throw their ass up against one of the poles you had in the basement. It's having fun, right? Right? It's good to come to your family's house.
I was 13 trying to start a fight club in the basement.
Yeah, you were. With only relatives, though. You know what I mean? It was that exclusive. You know what I mean? And don't let no relative bring somebody outside the family over either.
You don't fight, you don't talk. That's what I said to one of my nephew's kids, one of my nephew's friends. I was like, you don't fight, you don't talk. And this kid didn't talk.
I ain't trying to fight. This dude crazy.
Dude,
I was psychotic. Go out to the suburbs to get beat up.
God, yo, I was psychotic. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that type of shit.
Taking it back to hindsight 2020, I wouldn't change that. That's me.
Hey man, that was you.
That's who I was.
But it's not like you would walk up to like your relatives and just cold clock those motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, who can I? You want to come over and get decked? You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like that. It wasn't like it's not fucking clockers and shit. It was like just throwing them.
Yeah,
a lot of Greco-Roman wrestling going on.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
But yo, don't get it twisted. My nephews were and maybe because I built them up that way, but they used to come down and want to fight. I remember I have a nephew AJ, who about I must have been. This is when I went back to Connecticut from Florida. And I only did that once. So I was like 24, 25. And my nephew, AJ, he goes after mad years of not having seen him. 3 years. Mad years. He comes up to me. He's like, Uncle Juan Carlos, I want to fight. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. Bro, when I tell you that my nephew was training to whoop my ass, I'm not playing with you. I came out, I was like, all right, let's go. This cat caught me with like an arm bar thing. And then he like tripped me. He like swept the leg, bro. He fucking swept the leg. My big ass fell on the dirt up in the north end of Hartford, bro, getting thrown by my nephew. Dude, when my ass hit the ground, his ass jumped up like, finally I did it. I knocked out Uncle Juan Carlos.
Because he's sick of getting beat up.
Because he was sick of getting beat up, bro.
That's exactly what that was.
That was hilarious. Shout out to AJ. Now he's over here. He's walking the lands like Jesus. He's literally, I don't know where he's at. He's walking the lands. So shout out to him.
Got you. That's what's up, though.
Yeah, man.
And that, long story short, that was Juan.
That was me.
Right there.
That's who I was.
Fights,
glasses.
You know what I mean? Always dropping the glasses, picking them up and shit. Always adjusting them mad aggressive, like kind of chop himself in the face to adjust them. Like, cut, like real quick, cut.
Yo.
That's
my
what
God.
That was right there.
That's a good times.
And
Great.
It was a good time. That was growing up, right there. That was
Yeah,
growing up. So
it
it is what it is. You know, who cares about if you're wrestling? Who cares? It's the one thing to be swinging on somebody, but then wrestling with them, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Some dudes do
talk.
that. Makes you
Some
tough, man.
People don't.
That's what makes you tough. That's how I was watching Animal Special, and that's how like the tigers and lions shit learn how to fight. Their siblings. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. They're like
it gets like their balance and their coordination and shit like that. So like it's obviously in us. It's just a little bit. It's in us more than others. You know what I mean?
Oh, true.
Some people got it. Some people don't. But that's natural way of things. You know, we want to roughhouse a little bit.
Yep. Absolutely.
Until you get beat the fuck up, and then that's how that goes right there. But back into the topic here. Mm-hmm. Basically, I wish I was closer to my family as well. Definitely shout out to my family as well. And what kind of defined me as well was you were talking about college, and I've had a fucking horrible experience with college, man, as well, bro. Man, very bad. Very bad, man. And number one, it was always hard for me to do school work. You know what I mean? Like if it doesn't interest me, I cannot engage.
Yeah.
So algebra out the window. You know what I'm saying? I got through high school without even have to do any algebra. That's the crazy thing about it.
For real?
That's wow. Yeah, man. They kept, because I went to a regular high school, couple of different ones actually. Unfortunately, I went to like 4 different high schools, 5 different high schools within a very short amount of time, and basically, I told the school, like, listen, man, I don't want to do math. Principals, the directors or whatever, like, I don't want to do math. If you guys make me do math, I'm dropping out. That's how serious it got. I'm dropping the fuck out of this school. I would never show up for math class. And because the fuck, x minus 1 equals 2, 1/2 times this plus 5. What's the solve for x? Only X I give a fuck about is Xbox. You know what I'm saying? That's the only X I need is Xbox. The original Xbox. And
shout out.
Didn't work out. Yeah, shout out straight up. We play PS4 now though, so whatever.
Moving on.
And I got through that. I wish I could paid attention more in math too. So shout out to that as one, yo. But as far as college goes, it was hard as fuck for me, bro. But I bounced around schools as well. I went to couple of different technical schools, and people don't know this, is that the government won't let you bounce around to too many schools. They'll stop you. They'll tell you you're not going to get any more loans if you keep juggling schools. Because they're looking at it as you have a chance. We gave you mad chances.
Oh shit!
Obviously, you're not taking it serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they stop it, and I learned that the hard way. Basically I jumped around to different schools, didn't finish any programs, just like jumping around. I was more concerned with relationships, the girls I was with, you know what I mean? Then rather than focusing on what matters, to the point where I landed at a particular school. I don't even want to mention the name of the school.
Oh shit. It's like,
but it was a privately owned college. Okay. That's all I could say. Like, where it's like a full sale where they charge whatever they feel like charging.
Yep.
For the same degree as another school would charge for like 3/4 of the price,
Yeah.
Goddamn. Basically what happened was I didn't get to finish the program because I ran out of money.
That's damn.
The government wouldn't let me continue because they said that you had your chance. You went to too many schools and didn't finish. And I probably went to I went to 4 different colleges.
Yo, for real?
4 different colleges.
Bro, I ain't never known this. What?
Yeah, I've been to 4 different colleges in my time.
Holy shit, bro. That's
man. And I went to 4 different colleges, 3 technical colleges, and then I went to an actual college, straight up college. But once I finally got the knowledge I needed to okay, now I know what I need to do.
Yeah.
I know the path I need to take. I know how to do it.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and just this is brass tacks.
Get down to it.
I already flew enough kites. It's time to get serious. Build my own kite.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
And give it to someone else.
I'm building it. I'm fucking, you know what I mean? I am doing it big, yo. Yeah. I am like Jesus with the carpenter building chairs and shit. And
nice.
Long story short, I get a call to financial aid.
Yep.
It was in March, about 2.5, 3 years ago. I get a slip. Come see financial aid. And I'm like, what the fuck y'all want? So So I'm sitting there. It's like, yada, yada, yada. Long story short, I ran out of money.
God damn.
You were not, you cannot finish the program unless you pay. How much is it? We're going to need $650 a month for the next 6 months.
God damn. God damn.
From a family with money. I barely have a job at this time.
Hell
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I recently had to take a break they kicked me out of the program because I had a job that was going to be conflicting with school hours.
I hate that shit.
You feel me? So they were like, well, you're going to have to make a choice. Okay. Oh, you're going to have to make a choice. I'll say, so basically my choices. And I said this to the dean at the time, because the dean, I was talking directly to the dean. The dean was like, you got to make a choice, responsibilities, and what's important to you in life. Well, eating food is pretty fucking important, lady. I said, I have to work just like how you're working, getting paid. You wouldn't be here right now in your chair.
Yep.
With your name tag right here. I said, looking at me if you weren't getting paid.
Yep. Exactly.
So let's be realistic about the scenario. You have to work. I have to work. Just so happens my job conflicts with your crazy ass school hours, which were like big ass blocks of time. It was like 9 to 1.
Yep.
And then from 6 to 10 or some shit like that. And I'm like, and at the time I had a mid shift. It was like from 12 to 9. Obviously I can't go to either classes.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let me do it online. They're like, oh, well, your GPA isn't good enough to go to class online. I was like, fuck out of here. GPA isn't good enough to go to whatever, yo. Yeah. Anyway, long story short, I wish I didn't go to that program because at the end of the day, I'm currently paying back school loans for a degree I couldn't finish.
That's fucking wild, bro.
And I'm not allowed to finish it. And I can't go back to college because I have no money left.
Yeah, yeah.
So no matter how hard I try, no matter what program I look at and like, oh, I can do that. Yeah. Or, what degree I want to achieve because of this job or this job field, this career path looks good to me, yada, yada, yada. I can't do any of that.
That's nuts, bro. Did not know
the government won't allow me to go to school unless I pay up front. And as anybody knows, I don't care if you go to a state school, community college, technical college, university, unless you live in, I think it's New York now, I'm going to have to pay out of pocket.
Yeah.
And I don't have the money to pay my housing cost and adult cost and then pay college tuition at the same time, full price.
Mm-hmm. College,
so
man. Looking
back, I wish to tell myself, hey man, I wish you,
hey,
go to pick one program, stick to it and finish it.
That's it. That's for real. That's literally like the same feeling I have from my hindsight.
Yep. Should take it because like you said, you're going to be taking classes that have absolutely nothing to do with what you're doing now.
Exactly.
Literally zip. And that happens so often now, man. So many people got degrees and shit and working in jobs that have nothing to do with what they went to school for. They're literally paying back on school loans. Like say they get an English degree.
Yep.
But they're working as like in the HR department.
Yeah.
For like a steel company.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
English has nothing to do with HR.
I mean, I'm speaking it, but that's about it.
That's about it. But they merely hired them for the fact because they have a degree of some kind.
Yep. Exactly, bro. Exactly. It's a weird thing once that started kicking into gear. Like just go through all that shit just to get this shit that ain't got nothing to do with that shit. Did that sound confusing? Because that's exactly what it is. It's that confusing.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So the lesson of that is for both of us, I would say, anybody that is considered going to college, and you need college, unless you like a salesman, you have a natural, the gift of gab, as they say.
Yeah.
Basically, you run your mouth good enough that people listen to you.
Yep.
Where you could be like a salesman or something like that, where no degree is really required. If you're a really, really good salesman, you don't really need a degree, and you need to go to have some type of education, or you ain't gonna be doing nothing in your life. You're looking at $15-$16. I'm not saying that's a piece of shit, the type of money, but it's definitely a lot lower than what you need to survive. True. You're looking at about the max you're going to be getting in life is probably about $15-$16. Mm-hmm. They're not going to really let you go more than that at a regular job unless you have some type of education under your belt. And that's just the fact of fucking life, keeping it real. And this is coming from a person who's been working since they've been 15. I've been working consistently since I've been 15 years old. And you need something.
Yeah. You
need some type of education. I don't care if it's a certificate in a trade school to be an electrician.
Yep.
Or something like that. You need something. You got to have it.
But with that said, also don't rush headlong into thinking you just got to get a degree to get it, because then you're going to end up with the same problems that Jay and I are dealing with, which is you're paying back mad bills for things that you probably could have really kind of hunkered down on, and not be, definitely pick and choose your time. In this day and age, maybe the younger parents may think differently because they see how things are in our world now. You know what I mean? But definitely, if you have parents that are just up your ass telling you to go to college, don't do it just to have them shut up. Don't do it just because just because you're bothered by someone else telling you to do it. Don't just force yourself into that. Like, really take the time. College is a serious decision. It's an important decision because it will dictate how much money you make, but at the same time, it will dictate how many bills you got to pay if you make the mistake of going too early and not knowing what you want. You got to know what you want before you go into that. It's like anything. Yep. If you're going to buy a fucking car, you're not going to be like, well, my mom wants me to get a car, so I got this fucking car, but it fucking sucks. It doesn't got the radio, or it doesn't got, hopefully it has the radio, but it wastes this much gas, or this, that, the other. You know what I mean? Like, you don't treat those decisions like that. So make sure you do the same with college. You take the time to think about where you want to go, what you want to do, and how much you want to spend to get that shit. So, that's what it is, bro. God damn it, I feel like a grown up. I'm done. Let's go.
Right there on that one. Check you guys later. iTunes, peace. On that one.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, that's what it feels like, man. Right? I got you. It definitely feels grown up. Definitely feel grown up now versus like just fucking up. That's what it pretty much is up until this point. Anybody maybe listening on that, it's fucking up until you grow up, but they don't teach you, and nobody teaches unless you have from parents that really help you hold your hand up until you're a grown ass person, which is a lot of people doing. And I know some people that have a serious degree and still live at home.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I know a dude who owns his own business and still lives with his parents. And unless you get like that type of scenario where they're holding your hand every time you fuck up, somebody's picking you up.
Yeah.
I wish that somewhere along the way they taught you some type of life skills, not just, hey, do this math problem or read about what other dudes said 200 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's considered education, basically retaining information that other people said. That's it. That's what you're learning. And it's kind of fucked up about it. It's like you learning about what other people said. You feel me? It's concept. The education is a crazy concept. Like, whoever the fuck said in 1776, now this is the process we have to follow. It's definitely weird, bro. Yeah, it's weird. And that's considered being an educated person, about reading. You're reading and retaining information that was said and done by other dudes.
Yep.
Or women. And now you're doing none of this shit. There's pretty much so much shit has been done in this life, and not discredit anybody out there what people's dreams are, but there's so much shit that at this point in life, 2017, there's not much more people can like achieve that somebody else hasn't done. You know what I'm saying?
True, very true.
So it's like you can't even be that guy. Well, I invented this, so now it's going to be followed for the next 250 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it's already been done multiple times over. So you're late to the party, pal.
Yeah. At this point in time, it's like all about building on top of things that other people have built and like make those things better versus like being the singular, like this is the newest thing that no one's ever heard of. Which I think a lot of people need to stop thinking like that's going to be a thing. Like you're going to be the person that does that, because people do get stuck, with pipe dreams. Like, I'm going to do this. Yeah, I got this idea. And then like when you come to find out that someone else has that idea, you just quit life. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do now. No,
pretty much.
A blender. My idea was a blender. Apparently there's blenders on the market. Never knew that. You're like, nah, man. Try to build upon it. Make it better.
Well, I think I'm blending his ass. That's about it.
Nice.
Definitely on that one.
But
other than that, man, I would say the last point I can make on that on this particular part, what can I really go back and change, or what I change is also these dudes out there, these people out there, if you have questions about it, credit.
Ooh, yeah, bro.
That is a big one.
Yeah,
this is a big one, because credit, they don't tell you. Nobody. I don't remember one point in fucking life, where anybody told me how important credit is.
Like, they said it, but they never explained it.
No, they're like, hey, You got to have good credit. That's all. That's the
extent.
It.
That's it.
That's the extent. You got to have good credit. Well, the fuck? What do you mean, like extra credit? Work at school, or you know what I mean? Like I don't understand what have good credit means. You know, like I don't understand what the fuck is credit?
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying? What is it? Why do some people have better credit than others and shit like that? And I wish somebody really did break that down to me, because most adults, 75%, 85% of the world, they don't know nothing about credit until your credit's fucked up.
Until your credit's real fucked up.
Yeah, until your credit is obliterated. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody just turned your butthole inside out. And you typically don't know. And until you go to like try to get a cell phone. Let's say if you try to get a cell phone. You're gonna be like, okay, well, we can approve you, but your credit is really bad. Well, I didn't know I even had any problems with my credit.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? At the time when I tried to originally get credit, I went to try to get a cell phone. Everybody was having one. Everybody was getting one. It was the new hot shit. Everybody had one, even though nobody calling you. You had to have one, you know?
Yep.
And I go to, your credit's really low. We're going to need a $400 deposit.
Damn.
What the fuck? $400 deposit when I'm making $9 an hour is like a life sentence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like bond money right there for me to get a cell phone.
Jesus.
That's bail money right there. I can't do it. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And bottom line is I started getting credit cards, because when you're younger, because I didn't know this. I just found this out recently working at my job, actually, my current job. You don't even get like you're not even like an established person until you're after 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like if you try to look a person up that's like younger than 18, there'll be little to no information on them. You know, like they don't exist on the planet.
Yep. Wow.
But when you hit like 18, 19, that's when your social security number starts getting circulated.
Oh, wow. Shit.
I just found that out.
I didn't know that.
You have one when you're born, a social,
sure,
but you can't look it up or be found by your social until you're after 18 years old. Like you'll be born in, let's say if you're born in 85.
Yeah.
It won't show like it won't show you have like an issued social security until like 2002. You know?
Got you.
Which is weird, yo. It's a weird situation. And when that happens, you start getting offers. You start getting random offers. Hey, a student credit card.
Yeah.
You know, $300 limit, $400 limit. And of course, if you're like 18, 19, you don't know anything about credit. You're looking at this as free money coming in. You're like, shit, I'm about to be taking girls on dates. $300 to an 18-year-old kid with no job or just barely a job. That's like money. You're like, oh my fucking God, I'm tearing it up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I am tearing it. You mean I could go get food by myself? You know?
Yo, real
type
talk.
of mentality.
Real
it's real talk. Like I can
talk.
go buy food. I can go get that sandwich on my own.
On my own.
You know? I can get that video game by myself.
Oh, don't say that. That's
fuck got media really play pops. On the way up.
Yep.
Way I gotta get gas too. Yeah. $5 in the tank. Remember back in when you remember it was like $5-6 in the tank. You know what I mean? Barely get a little smidge of gas.
Man. $5.
Get a dick here of gas. And that was crazy, man. And of course, I'm getting these things and fucking up my life in the long run. Yep. Because it fucks your credit up for a long time, and maxing them out and not having the money to pay them back and yada, yada, yada. So credit, take care of it.
Take care of that shit.
Take care of it.
Learn how to take care of that shit. It's the internet age. You can find that information.
Yeah, you can't literally.
It's huge.
You can look it up right now.
It's huge.
Right now. How do I build credit, or how do I watch my credit, or how to maintain my credit?
Yep.
And shout out to creditrepair.com. It's a service I used. Over the course of 6 months, I paid $600.
Gotcha.
And they removed more than 45 negative items off my credit.
Damn, for real?
Yeah, man.
That's what's up. That's what's
up.
up.
I'm not getting paid from them. You know what I'm saying? To mention that. That's just me, my personal advice. If you have like old credit, old ass debt on there from like when you were like 21, but if for some reason it just didn't fall off, you know what I'm saying? Then they would submit like the legal documentation on your behalf to have it removed, because everything on your credit is supposed to fall off after 7 years.
After 7 years,
it's legal. The fair, I think it's the Fair and Something Credit Act. Basically, after 7 years, the company is required to
drop it. Like
even if you owe mad money on it, they're required to erase it from your credit. It can't just be on there forever.
Yeah,
fucking it up. So, credit, man.
Credit.
Take care of it.
Agreed.
That's all I can say.
Agreed. That's a perfect point, and you said it the best. That's the fucking truth.
Take care of that shit.
Well, all right, man. I feel like we're getting to that time where the deuces are in order, bro.
They're getting warmed up. They're getting warmed up. So,
yeah, man. Let them know, brother. How can they reach us Chicos?
The Chicos can be reached on iTunes.
Yes,
that's
sir.
the preference, iTunes. And for your viewing pleasure and also your listening pleasure, go to www.chillingwiththejayspodcast.com. YouTube links and links to every other social media sites we do have is on there as well.
That's definitely the hub.
So check us out. And also shout out to Anchor. Listen to us on Anchor. I've been bullshitting and running my mouth on Anchor.
Nice.
So check that shit out too, people. So on that note, Juan, I think he did it.
I think it was a good one.
I think that's it, bro.
I think it is. We should probably leave.
We probably should leave without saying nothing.
Right.
Peace!
Deuces!